Hello, Titas! Welcome to episode 5, season 2 of the Coffee Tita podcast. This is Esther, the Coffee Tita. It's March, Titas. It's International Women's History Month, a very special time for women around the world. It's also a very special time for me because it's my birth month. I'm getting old. There's no escaping there. So last week's episode talked about self-confidence, or what is self-confidence. This week is still dedicated to self-confidence, a continuation of last week's episode. We will talk about how confidence can't be bought but can be borrowed. So there is a quote by Bette Davis. She said, "I was thought to be stuck up. I wasn't. I was just sure of myself. This is and always has been an unforgivable quality to the unsure." It would be so wonderful if we could just walk up to any cosmetic counter and purchase a bottle of self-confidence, the way we can buy revitalizing toners for our faces. But unfortunately we can't, and like any expensive perfumes, it works differently on every woman because of individual chemistry. When I was younger, my self-confidence has always revolved around attitude, optimism, faith. Experience, knowledge, and wisdom had to come later. But even today, every new opportunity or challenge requires that I prepare a special batch of confidence for myself. I do this by becoming as thoroughly prepared as possible and by looking the part. Wearing an outfit, for example, that exudes self-confidence even when it's hanging in the closet. Next, I say my prayers and ask for the power to be switched on. Then it's showtime. I act as if I'm self-confident and the world takes me as such. This was a trick I would use when I used to join pageants, and it worked for me. When you're unsure of yourself but life requires you to be otherwise, it is comforting to remember that you can always borrow a self-confident attitude from your authentic self. I used to call it an alter ego, and I know that some artists do it, like Beyonce used to have Sasha Fierce. When she goes on stage, she's not Beyonce, she's Sasha Fierce. So she takes on a different persona to be able to perform as expected. If we act as if we're confident, we become so, at least for a while. You must do the thing you think you cannot do, Eleanor Roosevelt once observed, and her life was spent proving the point. When life's challenges arise, you can surmount them by calling on spirit and borrowing the scent of self-confidence from your authentic self.